All right, Coach, we're going to start with Colin Harmon with ABC 15, followed by Sierra Santos.
Hey, Monty, just what can you say about the effort from that group today?
Well, what I told them, that's who we are. That's our DNA. No matter who steps on the floor for us, we compete. And I thought that was the overwhelming component for us tonight. You know, everybody we put on the floor, they played as hard as they could, whether it was offense or defense, blocking shots like Torrey at the end to be able to block that shot. That's who we are. And so, you know, as long as I have a job here in Phoenix, you know, that's what our standard is going to be. It's one of our pillars, to compete every second you step on the floor. When you don't, I don't think you give yourself the right chance or enough of a chance to win games. And, you know, Etuan, Langston, guys who don't play a ton, but they just stay ready. And it was cool for Etuan to have that moment because, you know, we could need him. We're going to need him in the playoffs. You know, more than likely, you're going to need somebody to step up and play spot minutes, and it might even be big minutes. And so, huge moment for him. And then watching Jalen get a chance to play extended minutes, I thought he played hard all night. I thought he attacked the basket when he had opportunities defensively. He was active. JC was great tonight across the board. And so I'm just proud of the way, one, we competed. I was proud of our bench, the way they supported the guys in the game. It was a really cool night.
Yeah, I wanted to follow just with what that can do for the room as a whole when, you know, you guys got the big guns on the bench, and to see those guys with that effort and pull out a win and still put pressure on Utah. Just going into the playoffs, what does that do just for the room as a whole?
I think it gives us momentum as far as who we are as a team. You know, to be able to sit some guys, Chris and Book and DA's out, Jay's not playing, Mikal played, you know, sparingly, no Cam Johnson. Like, I think it says a lot about the guys on our team and their commitment to our program. And then having the confidence that you can play that way no matter what. And so that's how we want to play in the playoffs. You know, we're going to make adjustments out of timeouts. You'll make adjustments based on, you know, pick and roll situation or ISO situation. And then offensively, the ball movement and guys being able to make plays, like that's who we are. And I think that kind of basketball translates. And the thing that I like tonight is we had 36 assists and 8 turnovers. You know, that's another component of our program is sharing the ball.
Next is Sierra Santos with Fox 10, and then Dwayne Rankin.
Hi, Monty. I was wondering, how much do you allow yourself to really appreciate all your team has done? You really take the time, maybe today, the next couple of days, just to celebrate what you've accomplished, or is it just still unfinished business at this point?
You know, like I've said before, when you're in my position, you don't have time to do that. You know, every day is a work day for me. You know, the players can, the coaches can, but that's just not my job. Right now, I have to, you know, grind and look for ways to improve our team. And that doesn't mean all I do is basketball, but as far as celebrating, no, that's just not what we're about right now, not what I'm about. Now, I truly believe that the players deserve a day or two to celebrate, and then we got to focus and lock into the next objective. But for me, you know, I can celebrate later on if there's something worth celebrating for.
Next is Dwayne Rankin, followed by Mark McClune.
Coach, just 2 quick things. You just hit on something I was going to ask about, you know, moving forward in terms of the next couple of days. Is that the days where you see taking a couple of days off, you know, to give guys a couple of days after this kind of season, or in terms of before you focus on that next challenge?
Yeah, I think it's important. You know, we haven't rested guys this year the way that some teams have. You know, like I said, we tried to do it differently, but I think it's a good time for Mikal and Book and Chris, who've played a lot of games, a lot of minutes. DA's, you know, only missed 3 games this year. I think those guys need, you know, time to recover slightly. I mean, nobody's going to recover fully this time of year, but I think all of our guys, because they work so hard, they need a day, and then, you know, we'll come back Tuesday and have a light day pretty much on their own, but want everybody to come to the gym. And then Wednesday, we're looking at that being a ramp-up day so we can get ready to play.
Quick follow just on that. You mentioned the bench earlier and seeing Chris and Devin not only reacting to Etuan's shot, but reacting to plays all game. What was that like personally for you to, I know obviously you don't see it all because you're focused on the game, but just to get that sense.
The only part I saw was when Sticks had a couple dunks. Our guys were so nutty, they were almost under the basket. I just didn't want to delay a game, but
Right.
I love it when they celebrate each other. I'm the only one that they can't celebrate because I haven't done squat, but they need to celebrate each other every chance they get, every achievement, especially a guy like Sticks who's worked his tail off all year long. That game should give him confidence that he can play in an NBA game.
We got time for a few more. Next up is Mark McClune, followed by Cameron Cox.
Hey, Monty, I did want to follow up on Jalen one more time, just the way he played today. And we always see him, I guess, working out after the game when we're doing the late news and wrapping up the game. What's it say about him to have that kind of effort when he hasn't played a lot of minutes? And I'm wondering if he maybe earned himself a look in the playoffs. If you get in that situation, you need to stick him in.
Look, if we have anybody on our team that works their tail off and is in our program, they always have a shot to get in the game. That's who we are. You guys have been around me long enough to know I'll throw anybody in the game if I feel like they can help us win. But for him, I think we don't want to get carried away. He had one game, but he's worked his butt off all year long. And to be a high pick like that and not play as much as your contemporaries is hard. There's a lot of people in this class that have done a lot more than he has done. But to have a game like that on the last game of the season has to give him a lot of confidence, not just in that game, but in the work that he's putting in.
I have two questions for Cameron Cox and Sierra Santos.
Hey, Coach, what are your feelings right now, just as the regular season is over and you made it through this tough schedule that you guys had all year, and now the games count now? I mean, now they really count. What are your feelings right now?
I don't even know how to describe them. I can't even – I'm not good with feelings, so it'd be hard for me to describe. Like, I'm just ready for the next thing. That's probably where I am right now. Just thinking about what's on the table, how can we continue to get better, continue to prepare. That's where I am. I know that's not a great answer, but I'm not good at describing feelings unless I'm having a child or something like that. But as far as the work is concerned, I'm just thinking about the next thing I got to do.
All good. Thanks, Coach.
Final question is Sierra Santos with Fox 10.
Regardless of your first round opponent, just what's your overall confidence level with everything that you guys have done? It doesn't matter. Do you even have there's been so much made about who the people want to see the Suns play, but I feel like for your team and for where you guys are at, it wouldn't really matter to you.
It doesn't. The thing that we all know, our locker room is well aware that 1 through 8 in the West is a tough matchup. Nobody's going to have an easy matchup. That's the deal. And so you want to go into the postseason with confidence, but we also know that there's going to be some weird, in my opinion, there's probably going to be like a crazy upset or one of the matchups that no one guessed. That's the way it is because of the parity that we have in the league, the injuries that have happened. And so, yeah, I'm confident about how we're playing, but we also know that 1 through 8 in the West is just nutty, and everybody's beatable.
Javon, how sweet was that when considering what was on the line? Guys, you guys resting starters, and for you guys to show as a team what you guys are.
It was fun. We just show how deep we are as a team, and that the bench can come in and play.
Quick follow. There was a stretch there where it didn't look like you could miss. What was working for you during that stretch?
Just getting to my mid range. Shots was feeling good. Teams they was setting me up. I was coming off the ball screen, getting good looks, and I was just taking them and just being comfortable.
Next up is Kellen Olson with Arizona Sports.
Hey, Javon, for the guys that weren't playing, what was said at halftime and really in the second half? Because they were taking your spot on the bench, essentially, just being like super invested in the game and just emotionally connected to it.
They were just telling us to defend, come out there and defend, be us, and just play with confidence. Everybody just go out there, do what we do, and try to win this game.
Next is Gina Mizell with Suns.com.
Hey, Javon, I know there's obviously way bigger goals at hand, but do you guys give yourself a chance to sort of reflect on the end of the regular season, what you guys have accomplished to this point?
You said, do we give ourselves a chance?
Yeah, to just reflect and be proud of what you guys have done, at least so far.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We celebrate all accomplishments. We're going to go, we're going to have fun, take a day or two off, and prepare for the playoffs.
Congrats, my boy.
All right, Javon, next up is going to be Gerald Brigay with Fansided.
Hey, Javon, Monty talked about how in the West there's no matchup no matter where you end up in the seeding and no matter who you get in the first round. How much are you guys going to be, following along as far as what's happening tonight with the Jazz and Kings and with who your first round opponent might be?
We just going to let the chips fall where they may and prepare accordingly.
Yep, appreciate that.
First up is going to be Dwayne Rankin with the Arizona Republic.
Yes.
Etuan, I looked it up. You had only played 6 games in April and May. What was it like to be able to show once again what kind of player you are and have the kind of night you had tonight?
Oh, it was fun, not being on the court for a while, then coming out to show I can play. It was huge. It was good momentum for our team also, going to the playoffs and that just let them know that we have a deep team and that all the guys are ready. So it's pretty good.
Quick follow. It looked like, before they took the foul on you, you were going to go to the basket. You were looking like you might go to the rim. When did you make your mind up that a three is going up right here?
I just saw the way they was playing. They gave me a little space, and obviously, working my game every day. That's a shot that I like. So
right.
They gave me a little space and just rose. It wasn't too much to it.
Thanks, Etuan.
Next is Mark McClune with Channel 3, Channel 5, and then Kellen Olson.
Hey, Etuan, congrats on the win. Hey, with today's performance, just Monty was talking about, he thought it was a cool moment for you, and he said that they could need you in the playoffs. How much do you feel like having a performance like this kind of opens some eyes and gives you a chance to come in and make an impact in the postseason?
Oh, it's huge. Get a lot of momentum. For me, just confidence after not playing for a while, and for the team also. Going out there and us getting a win and us playing together, even with guys out, just giving us that confidence that we can play with anybody and that we got a good chance of going far in the playoffs.
Next up is Kellen Olson with Arizona Sports, and then Cody Cunningham.
Hey, Etuan, you've told us about stay ready so you don't got to get ready, but when did you hit that certain point in the league where you felt like you can spend a couple of weeks not in, and then, like you said, where your spots are on the court, you were getting to them tonight. At what point did you reach this level of really confidence in yourself?
From day one, honestly. I went on a veteran team playing on the Boston Celtics, and I played sparingly. I have had some great moments, some good games, and if I could play on this team with all these Hall of Famers and championship contender team, which we lost in Game 7 in the East Conference Finals, to the champ. So it's like if I could play on this level with this team, then I can play anywhere in the league. So it's giving me confidence from day one. And just put the work in. That's all I say. I always talk to the young guys on the team. Jalen, Tyshawn, just tell them, man, just put the work in. Be a student of the game, and you can go as far as you want.
All right, Etuan, final question is Cody Cunningham with Suns.com.
Hey, Etuan, just wanted to ask, just how great was it to have the support of the starters throughout this game, celebrating you guys, cheering you on, the same way that you guys have supported them throughout the season?
Yeah, it's a sign of unity, togetherness that we're going to need, especially in the playoffs. We need everybody. Going to be some ups and downs. all in with one game. It could be with the one quarter. You know, they can go on a run, we go on a run. You know, emotions flying, so we need everybody in it, fight together, and just hold each other up and keep our spirits high, and just keep doing it as a unit.
Okay.
Jalen, how sweet was tonight, knowing that you hadn't played in a while, and you got a little bit of time yesterday, and then to have the kind of game you had today and getting those minutes, getting the start as well. What was that like for you? All in a game that meant so much.
Oh, it was fun. Pretty much just always waiting for my time. Everybody's path is different. I knew mine was different coming into the league and getting drafted by the Suns. So it's pretty much just staying ready and making sure that whenever my number's called, I go out there and I perform and do whatever I have to do to help my team get the win.
Quick follow on your two dunks on that end of the bench. The bench was going crazy. Did you even notice their reaction during the moment, or were you locked in somewhere else trying to get back on defense?
I was locked in getting on defense. I mean, in this league, it's a quick change. You score somebody, they already down the court. So pretty much, got the dunk and I ran right back to guard my matchup.
Thanks, Jalen.
Thank you.
Next up is Mark McClune with Channel 3, Channel 5, and then Gina Mizell.
Hey, Jalen, we'll typically see you working out after games. We're doing the late report and doing the post game. What specifically are you working on the court after the games? And were you able to kind of simulate anything in your post game workouts that you were able to take with you into the game today?
Pretty much, there's no real focus on my after game workouts. It's pretty much just get adjusted to the arena. I mean, obviously, you come from a practice arena, then go into the actual arena, and it's a different backdrop. You got to deal with different angles and stuff like that, and just get a feel for it. And that's pretty much what my main goal is when I shoot after the game, is just to get a feel for the gym.
Next up is Gina Mizell with Suns.com.
Hey, Jalen, you mentioned that, your path has obviously been unique and everyone's path is different. And so when you kind of look back on this time in the regular season, just what are the biggest things that you've learned just from being a part of this team? The biggest takeaways, like how will you sort of view your rookie regular season, I guess?
Pretty much my major takeaway from the season was just got to play hard, no matter what you're doing in the game. If it's for 30 minutes, 10 minutes, or 10 seconds, give it your all, because you never know who's watching, and you always want to be prepared. And if you ever get put into the spot, and that's just something that I kept with me throughout the whole season, and pretty much just being behind the guys like Chris Paul, DA, Book, Jay, all people that established themselves in the league already, just being able to get tad bits of information here and there from them and just utilize it is very helpful for me.
Thank you for the time, Jalen.
Thank you.